Welcome to Mother Cluckers. My name is Debbie, and today I'm going to talk about how chickens deal with cold weather. Chickens are surprisingly hardy when it comes to cold weather, but their tolerance depends a lot on where they live and what they're used to. Most chickens can handle temperatures just below freezing, around 32 degrees Fahrenheit, without too much trouble. When it gets colder, especially below 20 degrees, they start to struggle, even cold-hardy birds. In northern states like Wisconsin, chickens are more accustomed to these temperatures, especially if they're breeds designed for cold climates. But in places like Florida or Texas, where it's warm most of the year, chickens aren't used to the cold, and even a mild drop in temperature can be stressful for them. When chickens are exposed to the cold, they'll show certain signs. One of the first things you might notice is that they puff up their feathers to trap warm air close to their bodies, making them look rounder than usual. They may huddle together to share body heat, especially at night. Frostbite is another concern in colder climates, especially in areas like Wisconsin, Ohio. Their combs, wattles, and even toes are at risk. You might see blackened or pale patches if frostbite sets in. In addition to these physical signs, their behavior changes. Chickens may become less active, shivering to stay warm, and their egg production often decreases as their bodies use more energy to stay warm rather than lay eggs. During the day, their behavior varies depending on the weather. Chickens generally prefer to come out into the run if the sun is shining, even if it's cold. In northern states, though, snow can be a barrier. Many chickens don't like walking on snow, so you might need to spread some straw or wood shavings in the run to encourage them to move around. In warmer states like Florida or Texas, they'll usually act normally during a cold spell, especially if the ground isn't icy. But on extremely cold or windy days, chickens in any state might choose to stay in the coop for extra shelter. To help your chickens stay comfortable, there are a few things you can do. The first is making sure they have a well-prepared coop. In colder areas, insulation is critical to keeping them warm, but don't forget ventilation. It's just as important because moisture buildup can lead to frostbite. The focus is more on blocking drafts since insulation isn't usually necessary in warmer states. Roosting bars are also important. Chickens perch at night to keep their feet off the cold ground, and wider bars allow them to cover their toes with their feathers, reducing the risk of frostbite. Bedding is another factor to consider. In northern states, a deep layer of straw or pine shavings on the coop floor helps insulate against the cold. In warmer states, a thinner layer is usually enough to keep them comfortable. Water is critical too. In Wisconsin or similar climates, you'll need a heated water to keep it from freezing. In warmer climates, this isn't as much of a concern, but it's still important to make sure they have access to fresh water at all times. Finally, consider their diet. In colder weather, chickens burn more calories to stay warm, so providing high-energy treats like cracked corn or mealworms can help. In warmer states, this isn't as necessary, but it can still give them a boost during an unexpected cold snap. Understanding these differences and providing the right care ensures your chickens stay healthy no matter where you live. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.